What's up everyone, this is Jackie, the anime guy here. I'm going to bring to you guys another video of solo leveling Arise talking about hunters. Now in the previous video that I talked about is about the weapons tier list for both Sunjin and your hunters. If you have any questions, go watch that video, it will break down everything for you. In this video we're going to talk about hunters and it's going to be the same format. We're going to break it down into DPS hunters, breakers and healers. Now if you don't know already, DPS hunters are going to be your strongest and best units to use because in this game, DPS is king. If you don't have DPS, you're not going to get through the content. And with that being said, there's two DPS that are god tier. First is Char, the main waifu of solo leveling, also my favorite character in the entire series, and Alicia. Right, these two are god tier. In terms of DPS, if you have these, you're going to use them for the entire game. I'm still using them in late game trying to beat Vulcan, and honestly these two, none of these other units will even come close. If you can get these, I would recommend you getting them in the banners coming. You can already get Char using black tickets, and I believe in around 5 days you'll be able to get Alicia, right? But if you're choosing which one to use in between them, I unfortunately have to give it to Alicia, although Char is always going to be my main waifu, just because Alicia has a lot better AoE damage, and late game, especially in Vulcan, you're going to need Char because Vulcan is fire based, water based elemental weakness. Alicia's going to demolish those demons, right? So that's the god tier for these two. Other damage dealers are Choi, you have Beck, and you have Dongsu. Dongsu is actually quite strong, although a lot of you probably not going to use him just because you don't like him. I mean, that's what I used, right? I got him, I think it was like my first pulls I got him. I never use him till now just because I don't like him in the anime. But it's up to you. He's still actually a quite viable and strong unit. So those are the damage dealers. Strong? Yes. God tier? No. These two are still going to be better. Okay, I have all five of these. I still only use Char and Alicia because when you bring in units, there's only 3 units and you can bring. Normally it's going to be a healer, a breaker, and a damage dealer. If they don't have break bars, then you won't need that breaker. I'll just bring 2 damage dealers and a healer. And that's what I usually do. Char and Alicia are my damage dealers, then my healer. And as we're talking about that, we have the breakers. So breakers, you have Beck, Emma, and Lim. Beck is probably going to be your best breaker. I don't really use Lim that much. Emma, I'm actually going to put it in OP just because she's really good, don't get me wrong, for specific content. Things like Battlefield of Time where you need to actually rush AoE damage and you have a break. Emma's really good. I would put that in like a god tier in terms of Battlefield of Time. But if you put it in normal content, she would probably be down here. Some other next breaker is Sa. Sa, I would even put it in front of Beck. Actually, these two I think would go pretty neck and neck because Sa not only breaks a lot, but she deals crazy damage. Right, these two are the main breakers that I would probably use for in the SSR. And I'm actually going to put Nam in here because she is a better breaker than Sa. But she doesn't do as much damage. So I'm going to put this right here in terms of the breaking list. Other honorable mentions of breakers would be Jinchul. I'll put it in S tier. And I think that's about it. Oh, this guy, I put it here, right? This would be your order. Any of these two that you can choose from, then it will be Nam. Nam, probably, I would say any of these 3 are really good breakers. If you don't have any of these 3, I'll go to these 2 and then this guy. All right. Next, we have our supports, right? Lee Bora, unfortunately, I'm going to put her in the S tier. She's still strong, OP, but won't come close to Min and Mei Lin. Now, how do you differentiate what you want to use between these two? So Min, if you have more of an all-round elemental team, you're going to use Min because he provides better buffs. Mei Lin, if you're focused on water units, let's say if you have a team of Char and Sa, you're going to put Mei Lin in for your support because she helps boost the water damage. All right. Jinchul for here, chuck that in the bin. Although his SSR, you're never gonna use him or invest in him, so don't worry about him at all. Same guy that gets chucked in the bin, unfortunately. This guy, sorry mate, I forgot your name, Mr. One Arm Master, and this light guy, Mike, and even this guy. Like these guys, they need a buff, right? You never use them. Following that is the Shadow Assassin guy. He actually is quite strong because of his bleed. So for his DPS, if you don't have Char, Alicia, or any of the Choi, Beck, or Dongsu, this would actually be quite good for boss fights because you can attack them and it bleeds and does a lot of damage over time. Some honorable mentions would be this. Alright, she is a great support that boosts your ulti time. Ana Ruiz would be great for poison. I'll put her in very good, but there's just so many better characters other than them. The rest of them is in that B tier. Good, but these are much better. So remember, one thing I want you guys to take in consideration is split your hunters into 3 main parts. Your DPS, your breakers, and your healers. Right? If you already have a good DPS or 2 good DPSs, follow up and focus on your breaker and healer. If you already have a breaker and healer, so let's say if you have a Min and you have a Sa, and you're wondering, oh, should I go for Beck? No, go for your DPS. Always go for your DPS first and then follow with the support and breaker next. Okay? So that's it from me. That's a complete tier list that's updated in July 2024. I hope this has helped you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.